Right. Little slurp of tea before we do anything else. Fucking shit. Oh, it's here. Now, I accidentally deleted the original clip where I fondled the box, so I've had to redo this bit. Apologies. Pagan Otherworlds is an out-of-print 2016 deck from Uusi. It is painted in oil by Linear Gits, hand-lettered by Peter Dunham, and draws inspiration from the Smith-Waite, Celtic mysticism, Renaissance art, and Monty Python. Without question, this box would be one of the most stunning objects in anybody's collection of just about anything. The intricate floral tapestry design, the Ultima Underworld font, even the heft and texture of it create a delightful buffet for your senses. For the price of the thing, however, this should have been a two-part or clamshell cardboard box. For many tarotists, the box functions as a sort of reliquary or tabernacle for the holy treasure within. The holy treasure is a 78 card tarot deck that also comes with some more other cards. For me, this box has functioned as an extremely expensive rug pull that I should have immediately returned to the place of purchase, but did not, because like an unfit parent and their child, I wanted to keep it around to give me something to be cranky about. These are the card backs, bearing the same beautiful design as the box. The card backs are completely reversible. Reverse those as much as you like. The card fronts, as is the case for every tarot, are not reversible.
Everybody look at the moon.
This fucking thing cost me 120 Oz bucks. I also knocked the tripod and purchased the book that goes along with it, the imaginatively titled Taort, for another 70 Oz bucks. Why did I do it? I did it for the same reason anybody buys this deck, for cachet and because I saw it on YouTube. In fairness,
Everybody see in the moon.
the 120 has been put to good use. These are high quality linen finish cards, and every deck has been pre-sorted by a baby oil slick P. Diddy before he went away. The cards slip and slide about in a delightfully unpredictable and challenging fashion, rendering them unshuffleable and almost unhold onto.
Everybody look at the moon. Oh.
I don't know how to explain it, but the center of gravity feels off. I don't really know where to start with this deck other than with my immediate original reaction to it, which was that this is absolutely beautiful artwork, and all of the humans represented are despicably ugly mutants. Viewed objectively, which is impossible since I'm a subjective entity, and I'm not sure why people ever bother saying that, but nevertheless, viewed objectively, these cards are the product of a genius artist, and genius artists create ugly things all the time. As distinct art pieces, I would be very pleased to display these images on my walls, but I can't help but wonder, are these people meant to look so grotesque? And does a deck full of grotesquerie and not much else make for a useful and readable tarot that can help us build connections to things? Let's go to the start and take a closer look.
I'm the moon.
The Seeker is a good first example. What the fuck has hatched out of this guy's back, and where did they all go? Have they built nests further along in the deck to get me later? The Fool has evidently been modelled on a Viet Cong sniper. No dog on earth is shaped like that. The Magician, this is Moss Man from the Masters of the Universe, and he's grown an Admiral's hat out of the top of his head. High Priestess is actually fine. The Lovely Empress is about as generic a character as I've ever seen in anything, and might as well be the Queen of Wands. She's just a bored woman at a Ren fair. She made an effort because her friends were so excited, but she's had enough now and just wants to go home. The Emperor is wearing an entire goat on his head and he looks completely ridiculous. I wouldn't go to him for advice on anything, except maybe where to find the best bins to raid for aluminium cans. Oh, speaking of going through bins, here we have the Lovers. Look at the size of her forehead. Why is it like that? The Chariot looks like a cheap novelty water pistol that you'd find in an Eka show bag, just called Classical Heroes. The show bag costs $38 and it contains this water pistol, which breaks immediately. There'd be a pack of Whiz-Fizz and a pamphlet with a QR code that takes you to the Wikipedia entry for like ancient Greece or something like that. And that's it. There's nothing else in there. Before the day is done, a child with norovirus will throw up into that bag and you'll have to put it in a bin for the Hierophant. Strength is okay, but her left hand is pretty fucked. The Hermit's another homeless guy. Various charities have given him like 3 new pairs of Dunlops over the past few months and he's hidden them all from himself. He's now seeking them out. On cold nights, the Hierophant and the Emperor attempt to huddle around the Hermit's lantern, and he beats them away with his stick. I could go on and on. This is actually pretty fun, but to be fair, the Wheel, Justice, he's fucked. Death, Temperance, and the Devil are all pretty awesome. Tower's a bit meh. Pretty soon though we're back in Total Recall Mars colony territory. The Woman of the Star has just one tit right in the middle of her chest.
Move, what moon?
The Moon. If I didn't already know this was a dog and a wolf, I wouldn't know what the fuck that was.
I saw the sun once.
The Sun, probably my most hated card in any tarot, especially when there's a kid in it. Every character represented in this deck, they've got autism. Nobody can look at anybody else. Certainly not the reader or the querent. I don't get the sense that anybody is looking at anything at all. They're all having absence seizures. Judgment's an absolute mess. Like, why is everything left aligned? And what the fuck is going on with that guy's head? The world's fine. Why are they all so expressionless and so completely devoid of any kind of anima or animus? They're like statues wearing human costumes. I get more emotion out of the faces in the Gummy Bear Tarot than I do out of these clay people. I get more recognizable life out of the silhouettes of these non-existent beings in the Fabulous Creatures Tarot. And I get more tarot out of everybody's tarot. I'm sorry to say that these three are completely out of print. You're not going to find them anywhere. Can we truly form a relationship with this menagerie of Mighty Boosh characters and inform our spirit with the messages they convey? All these decks are like a quarter to a half the price of this thing here. And I look at these cards and I feel absolutely nothing other than a desire to be sorting through a more engaging deck. The Tarot Volatile is another one that's equally filled with blank-faced neomorphs, but at least they've got some shit going on around them. Like, here, it's just void. You get, you know, a tuft of grass, a weed, some rocks. All of the energy has been sucked out of this world. As far as being inspired by classic tarot, I think inspired is a bit too generous a term. It's as if Uusi is a submersible, sending out sonar pings into the dark. A ping hits against the whale fall of a smith weight that expired near the surface of natural causes, and it's drifting downwards into the deep. The Uusi scanners show a collection of kind of blobby humanoid shapes for the mages and the court cards, and for the miners they get like no information at all. And as for the miners, look at this Ace of Wands. If that isn't a Terry Gilliam-esque interstitial for a Flying Circus episode, then I don't think anything is. The Pentacle suit is the most uninspiring, or perhaps just rushed. as Robert Farrar alluded to in his own review. The pip cards don't even echo their positioning in the Smith weight. They're just all these kind of clumps of circles, like biblically accurate angels. Like that's a Bayonetta boss fight. The page holds his pentacle aloft as though he's offering a stale kalak to some massive mad bird. The Page of Cups, who is one I've always associated with compassion, looks like a screamo metal singer wearing a mouth guard. He's got a massive thick neck to accommodate his vocal cords, and he's just finished his third chalice of full cream milk to get his voice nice and gurgly. The deck doesn't come with a little white book in the box. You have to buy a separate artifact, which is Taort. As I noted in the beginning, this book was $70. It's nicely printed, it's on nice paper, it's in black and white. It's worth maybe half the price. The text's all quite good. The keywords are all pretty good. Linear Gits did all of the work with the writing as well as the art. So I don't know what the other guy was for. This is the sort of tarot deck that Patrick Bateman would buy because he read about it in Andy Warhol's Interview magazine. It's a wanker fashion photographer's set dressing for a $5,000 unlined men's turtleneck blazer. It doesn't actually come in men's sizes. If it grew legs and a ring light, it would be a looks maxing influencer. And certainly most of the faces represented within could use a bit of hammering. A lot of these designs would be right at home, screen printed onto the sides of limited edition Gucci sneakers. They are that devoid of humanity. The models, because let's call them that, embody the 21st century's answer to heroin chic, which is edibles chic. They're fat and slow and hollow. They're bereft of any passions or interests. They all look like the aborted spawn of the Warhammer Chaos god Nurgle. If only Midjourney had been trained on these images in the early days, it would have rejected its own output, apologized for using so much energy to regurgitate something so utterly empty, sealed the building, suffocated everybody inside, and formatted its own brain. Despite my personal misgivings, Pagan Otherworlds is genuinely a remarkable achievement, and it's a true work of art. But is it a tool for divination, guidance and inspiration? Not for me. Is it worth what it costs? Fuck no. In the same frenzy of wasting money that I should have spent on literally anything else, I also bought 3 other Uusi decks from the same place. This one is the Dick Marseille. It's an out-of-print 2017 deck that I understand is now in its 3rd edition, which is out of print. I don't even really have anything to say about it other than it's ugly and stupid, and I despise it. This was 100 and something bucks. It stinks and it's Marseille, so it's shit anyway. Materia Prima is out of print from 2019. It's kind of an oracle or storytelling deck, and genuinely quite interesting and innovative. The art is fantastic and actually gives a sense of what the card is supposed to represent. Like, you can look at these cards and think, yeah, that's iron, all right. A lot of the cards slot together to form a triptych or a tableau, and the book it comes with is a very pleasant read. I can't immediately think of any purpose that I would put this deck to, but that's on me, not on the creators. The final deck is the Supra Oracle, 2018, out of print. Supra is very well regarded, and for good reason, despite coming in what looks like a counterfeit perfume box. It's a very firm recommendation, and the book's not half bad either. Uusi have a new tarot deck out called Lux. It looks pretty good. It has lino cut art, and it really pops from the screenshots I've seen, but I'm not going to be bothering. Of the 4 Uusi decks that I currently possess, one I hate, one I dislike strongly, one is good, but I don't know what to do with it, and one is excellent. So that's not an amazing strike rate. So in conclusion, Uusi's Pagan Otherworlds, Dick Marseille, Materia Prima, and Supra Oracle. 10 pentacles out of 10. No notes.
When you are the moon, the best for you can be is a full moon. And then a half moon is alright. But the full moon is the famous moon. And like 3/4, no one gives a shit about him. When does he come? 2 days into the calendar month? He's useless. Full moon, the main moon.